Introduced in spring of 1916, this is the Brodie pattern helmet, Mark 1. It has a mild steel rim to the shell. In 1917 it was further modified by having a rubber support ring at the top of the head between the liner and the shell. But this is the Mark 1, commonly known as the Brodie pattern helmet. At the start of World War I, Britain had no steel helmet, only various cloth hats of various descriptions, and head injuries from shrapnel and debris increased. A more robust type of headgear was needed. In 1915, a design by John Brodie was presented, and it became the British Army standard steel helmet because the design of it meant it could be cut from a single steel sheet and then pressed into shape. This made the helmet strong and very cheap to make. By summer of 1916, some 1 million helmets had been issued, and it was the first steel helmet to be issued to all members of the British and Commonwealth armies, irrespective of rank. By the end of World War I, some 7.5 million of these helmets have been made. It survived into World War II, as World War I Brodie shells would be often fitted with World War II liners to become the British Army Mark I Star steel helmet, before the introduction of the World War II Tommy helmet. This is quite a nice one. Originally it's been army khaki with bits of sawdust or cork into it. Then it's been repainted to be less reflective, and it's had an impression of the Royal Scots cap badge painted on the front of it. The guy who owned this helmet did survive the war, because I do have his dog tags somewhere and I did research them. So it's typical manganese steel with additional rim. Inside, I'll have a look inside. It has the typical Brodie liner, in that it's an all cloth liner with a net, and the chin strap goes all the way down. It's fastened to the inside of the helmet by a rivet, comes out this way, and it comes round here. The chin strap bails are split pin rivets either side, and when people mention asbestos in a World War I British Brodie helmet, that felt pad, circular felt pad there, that is chrysotile, which is white asbestos. As long as you don't break it up, chew it, breathe in the spores, it's perfectly safe. I wouldn't recommend you do anything to neutralise it. Don't paint it in white PVA glue, because you'll devalue your helmet. But yeah, that khaki thing there underneath that net is what they call chrysolite, white asbestos pad. Under the black oilcloth liner, you usually get a red Brodie patent stamp. Now, I would not recommend you do this to a helmet on a dealer stand, but I'm going to do it with this one because it's still fairly supple enough. You pull back very carefully your liner, and underneath somewhere you will find a really nice, there it is. You're not going to see too much detail wise, but underneath there is a really nice red stamp, a red ink stamp. Can you see that? Just about, maybe. And that red ink stamp will read something along the lines of Brodie steel helmet, registration number, War Office, pattern, WD, and the size. So that's nice to see. Although you can't see it very clearly, it is very evidently there. So yeah, this is quite a nice example. So this is what the dealers would call a textbook example of a World War I British Brodie helmet. It has everything that you should expect to see from an example. The only stamping you'll find is in the shell, which will be a maker's stamp, and the batch number. The batch number indicates the batch number of steel that the supplier supplied the helmet maker with. The helmet maker in this case is DF. DF is who is it now? Let me think. James Dixon and Sons of Sheffield. So DF, James Dixon and Sons of Sheffield, who were prolific makers of the Brodie helmet. So there ain't a lot around in this condition nowadays. So that's just a nice example of a British Brodie helmet. And battlefield relics of these helmets, many were lost on the battlefields, and to this day they're still being found. This is a Brodie helmet which was dug up on the Somme in 1986, and in spite of it being a dug up, the quality of the steel is equal to the quality of steel on that one. If this was a World War I relic German helmet, it would be falling to pieces. And this is the reason why I don't collect World War I relic German helmets, is they don't last long. 99% of any relic World War I German helmet that I've had has ended up going up the Hoover, because you pick it up and they just fall apart. But these, it's still as strong as the day it was made. Now, like all helmets, no military helmet is bulletproof, as is evident by this one. Now that hole there is the liner, is the chin strap rivet. That hole there is chin strap rivet. All these dints and dents are explosion concussion marks, but what killed this chap was a machine gun. He was shot in the chest, I'm assuming, and then as he fell backwards, the German bullets went that way through the rim of the helmet, because the metalwork is splayed upwards. So that bullet has gone that way through the shell. And the same thing there. Metalwork is splayed upwards. The bullets come this way through the shell, which has caused that crack as well. So this poor unfortunate met his demise probably by a German machine gun as he was moving forward. And the helmet was discovered on the Somme in 1986. So generally, these days, Brodie helmets turn up like this as relics. To get one like that would cost quite a few £100 nowadays. Like I say, this guy obviously didn't survive the war. This guy in the Royal Scots did survive the war, because when I got this helmet, I also got these 2 dog tags with it as well, which for the life of me I can't find them. So yeah, and just to show you again, that the khaki pad there, crystallite, white asbestos. So yeah, and the maker's mark kind of there, DF, for James Dixon and Sons of Sheffield, with the steel batch number there. So yeah, a really nice example of a British Mark I Brodie and its equivalent battlefield relic. Bye for now.